What's the deal, my people, my family? Welcome to AlexGuz next episode, where we break down all and we keep it all the way real. That's right, today's a special episode. We're going to dive deep into the National Basketball Association play-in tournament. I'm excited. I know you're excited. Finally, we got some good matchups too. But first, we're going to talk about from east to west what teams are in, and I'm going to give my picks for who's going to make it and punch their ticket to the playoffs and who's going to be out.
Hey, before we go further, hit that like button and subscribe.
Hey, what's up? Let's start with the East. First matchup, we have Atlanta versus Orlando. Now, at first, you think that these two matchups would be pretty good, but let's speak in reality. All right, first, we got the battle of the backcourts. We got Young versus Banchero, putting in serious work for Orlando. Now, momentum this time of the year is key. Orlando has it. They've been 7-3 in their last 10 games. They've been grinding, playing together, and you can tell that they're hungry. Banchero in particular has the momentum to put his team on his back, and that's a great thing to have. Atlanta, well, they've been a bit streaky. Out of their 10 games, they have been 5-5, which is not bad, but a little streaky. My pick here is Orlando. They're a hard-working team right now, and their hustle might push them into the first round. All right, next one up, we got some drama. We got Chicago versus Miami. This one's going to be crazy. So, first of all, Chicago has been quietly heating up. In the last 10 games, they've been 7-3, which is very good. They even pulled one off, their first one in the last 10 against the Los Angeles. A thriller that put the LA aside flight back home. But Miami, though, they're coming out without Jimmy Butler, who was their voice, but now is in a different team. Right now, who's stepping up? Adebayo and Tyler Hero. But so far, they finished 6-4 out of their last 10. So this matchup could be different. So we have a young team by Chicago, and then we have more experienced team by Miami. Now, Miami has been in tough situations before, even though they had Jimmy Butler. But they have experience on their side, and the majority of their team is intact. My pick is going to be Miami. So let's wrap this up. So we have Atlanta, who loses to Orlando. Orlando will now face Boston in the first round. Now, Orlando is not over yet. They have to wait for the next team that is playing, which is Miami versus Chicago. I chose Miami over Chicago. So what this means, Atlanta will verse Miami. Now, in this matchup, we have two different teams that are experienced, but I'm going to choose Miami, who was more successful. All right, they have a better run and have gone much farther in the playoffs. So they will battle against Cleveland in the first round. All right, now let's go to the West, where it gets a little bit crazy. A lot of those teams are stacked up. Let's check it out. Now in the West, let's go with the first matchup. We're going to go Golden State versus Memphis. This one's going to be a certified thriller. All right, we have Ja, who is electrifying, and then we got Jimmy Buckets and Steph Curry. What a game, what a matchup. Golden State, let's look at them first. They've been 7-3 in their last 10 games because they added Jimmy Butler. This gave them a jolt of energy. That's right, Steph and Jimmy on the same team. This is going to be a great run. Now, Memphis, on the other hand, has also been solid. They've been 6-4 in their last 10. But the big twist is that Ja Morant is back, and he's throwing up them signs again. Watch out for the grenade. All right, so let's watch out. Let's see if he's going to be dropping those bombs. All right, let's see how it goes forward. But in my pick, I'm going to go with you guessed it, Golden State. Right, they have solidified. They're champions. The majority of their core is there. Plus, they added Jimmy. So I have them edging out over Memphis. All right, guys, let's look at the other two teams in the West. So we have Sacramento and we have Dallas. Sacramento has been stacking their teams in the latter part of the season, which has been great. Although they've been 5-5 in their last 10 games, which again is not too shabby, but not great at all. However, we have Dallas, who's also added Anthony Davis to their roster, but they lost out on Luka Doncic. However,
4-6 in their last 10 games.
AD has been putting down solid numbers and have been pushing them into the playoffs in great form. However, they landed in the 10th spot, but they're in the play-in, which they can still make some noise if they keep this momentum going. So my choice will
Sacramento in this run.
Now, it's not over for
Sacramento.
They had to win against a team that lost before, which is Memphis. Now we have Ja, who's going to be even more hungry, versus
Sacramento.
However, I still am going to edge out that team because they've been playing pretty solid. And if they already catch another W, I'm pretty sure that they will be able to beat Memphis, unless you can call it an L. But right now, I'm choosing Sacramento over Memphis. Okay, so let's wrap it up. So we have Golden State that gets to the seed and will face Houston. We have Sacramento grabs the 8th seed and will face against Oklahoma City. That's going to be some solid matchups. We'll talk about those in the next episode. Okay, so let's wrap this up. So in the East, we have Orlando that's going to be Atlanta. Then we have Miami that's going to edge over Chicago, which means that Orlando is going to be facing Boston, and then Miami is going to be facing Cleveland. We see who's going to edge up in that battle. In the West, we have Golden State that will be Memphis. Then we have Sacramento going to be Sacramento and Memphis. So what does this mean? So we have Golden State to face Houston, and then we have Sacramento face Oklahoma. It's going to be an exciting first round. We have a lot of good teams facing a lot of good teams in the first round. When I was growing up, that didn't happen a lot. The first team beat the 8th seed almost in the sweep almost every year. But this is going to be exciting. The best team versus best teams. Let's check it out. If you have any comments, put it down below. Much love and respect. Please like and subscribe.